It's episode 6 and I am still struggling for food, but that ends today. Having a continuous and consistent supply of food early in the game is the first game changer, I guess. There's probably a better way of putting that, but hey. And for this build I'm opting to go for a villager farm that I first saw done by Shulkercraft. And I've chosen this because it is fully automatic. It doesn't require any auto clickers or any nonsense like that. You just have to be in range of the farm. And also, with a few additions, we should be able to double it up to also provide us some bone meal. But before I get to work on the build, the first thing I need to do is some resource gathering. One of those resources being a pair of villagers. Sadly, however, the nearest village is a very, very, very long way away. So instead, I've opted for creating this monstrosity of a mob farm here down on this level of the base. And this only works because in between episodes I've spent an absolutely massive amount of time lighting up this entire area that surrounds the base, including all of the caves that live under the surface. This literally took me hours. And I'm hoping that with enough time we should be able to spawn a couple of zombie villagers, somehow get them out of the farm and into these minecarts, and cure them with these potions and apples. Now I just have to wait here and hope that I spot one, I guess. Of course, if you were smart in trying to do this, you would just make sure that you had a village nearby, rather than having to go through the pain that I'm putting myself through at this current time. Oh, looks like we've got a live one. I think I saw it. Did you see him? Did you see him? Where is he? Yeah, he's definitely in there. Okay, right, let's go. So the first thing we need to do is go and switch the light on, and then we need so that no more spawn. And then we need to try and... oh my lord, that's noisy. And then we need to try and take out the other mobs. So this should be interesting. Probably this could be the best bet. What if one of the other mobs kills the zombie villager? Oh, I hope that doesn't happen. Oh, he's still in there at the minute. Oh god, no, that's bad. That's bad. Oh dear, it's all gone wrong already. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. It would appear that my dude died, which is sad. Attempt number 2. And the aim, of course, this time is to do exactly the same thing, but not get everything blown up or die. Is that one? I think that's one. Okay. Let's try again. Attempt 2 officially begins now. So, oh gosh. Turn the lights on, shut them out. That was fairly successful. Now I need to try to pick a couple of them off without getting blown up. Just gotta hope that none of the skeletons... oh wow, that could be a problem. Ah, so he's kind of in that group, so I've got to be careful here. He's definitely still in there. I can see his arm flickering on occasions. Oh, that was 2 down. Yep, there's one there. He's coming over. Hello, buddy. See? This has worked out. Oh my god, there's quite a lot of them. Is he still here? Oh, I can hear him. Where is he? Oh, he's there. He's there. What if we... okay, if we let him out now, and pop out that block, pop out this block, and look, he's following me. This is good. And then hopefully he will just walk straight into a minecart. There we go. That's what we wanted. So we just give you one of these to make you quiet, and then a little bit of this action. One of those, and some of that. And we'll come back to you in a few minutes. But for now, we have a second villager to obtain. Come on. That's pretty good. What we got behind here now? Nothing. Creeper over the back corner. Oh god, no. Oh, not again. Not again. Oh no. Oh no. I need you to kill the one that's not the villager. Please don't miss. Well done. Oh, he just walked through that. That's annoying. Please get in the minecart. Why is he not getting in it? Do you think you could pick the minecart up while he's following me? Lay a piece of rail underneath it, and then place the minecart back on it again?
Okay, give me 1 second. Pick up a piece of rail. Right, can you lead him away?
Yeah, he's away. He's with me. He's with me. Oh man. I'm glad that we have decided to team up this time around because, yes.
It's on there.
Yep. Okay,
Yep.
cool. Sweet. No, no. Yay! He's in it, he's in it. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Oh, success. Success! We have 2 villagers. Anyway, now that we have these 2, and Erica's helped us out in gathering our resources, we can get to work on building this thing. I will put a list of absolutely everything you need for this build down in the description and also a link to the Shulkercraft video. So, job number 1 is to clear out enough space to actually build the farm in. The farm itself is 3 blocks long on each of the ends with 8 diagonal blocks in between, giving you this sort of diamond shape. However, if you're smart or just want to save time, you've hopefully picked a location that doesn't require any clear out at all. But it does mean you're probably a lot less likely to find diamonds like I did. Next up, if you're not building on dirt similar to me, you'll need to fill in this area with plenty of it. This is extra to the kit list in the description, so you'll need approximately 4 stacks. I then changed the outside ring because I made it slightly too large and I thought it looked better. After that, you'll then need to add your glass perimeter. This should be 2 blocks high and run around the outside of your dirt area, so each end should still be 3 blocks of dirt in length. Of course, in true survival fashion, I did get distracted in laying the 2-block high glass wall because I decided the outer ring should be spruce wood as it would look better than using the deep slate I tried earlier. Once the wall's in, make an opening at one of the ends. Then, create yourself an infinite water source. Once you've done that, you'll need to count in 9 blocks from the opening. This should take you to the very centre, where you'll need to dig out 1 block instead of 4 because you got a bit overexcited with your efficiency shovel. Then, from each corner, count yourselves in 4 blocks and dig down 1. That should give you a sort of pattern that looks something like this. And once you've got that, you'll need to fill in each of the holes with water using the water source you made earlier, and cover each of the outside holes with some carpet. After that, place a composter above the water in the centre, glowstone above that, and a bed next to the composter. And now you're ready to turn all of the dirt into farmland. That is of course assuming that your hoe doesn't break halfway through. Quick note, I later removed the ceiling above the bed as it can suffocate the villager. Anyway, with the farmland in, I then planted all of the crops. I chose potatoes because you can cook them to make them into a better food source. On the perimeter where you made the opening, dig down a block and place down a hopper. Then, place down a rail on top of that hopper, and a hopper minecart on top of that rail. Then, very carefully, attempt to remove the rail that is below the hopper minecart. Now place a block above the hopper minecart and attempt to repeat that process again. Laying down a rail, then a hopper minecart, and then taking out this time the block below rather than just the rail. Hopper doesn't even sound like a word anymore. Now place a trapdoor above the hopper minecarts. The next job is to create a pod that's going to sit behind those hopper minecarts where a villager is going to be stood. This only needs to be 1 block in size. After that, we're going to dig out the underneath of this pod to go to where the collection system is going to be. You should be able to see the first hopper you placed coming through the ceiling, and from there you just need to place a couple more hoppers pointing into some chests, and proceed to muck about with the design as you wish. And finally, we can get to getting the villagers into this thing. Use your temporary box to try to build up a villager safe wall and make sure that they can't escape. Like this. Then they should make their way into the pod on their own. And now that you've got the first villager in, it's important that you lock their trade to something other than a farmer. This is so they don't attempt to try and steal the farmer's job. You should lock the other villager as a farmer. And once you've done that, try and get him into the main area of the farm in the same way that you did with the pod. And that's basically all there is to it. All you need to do now is clear up anything you've left behind and chuck a couple of potatoes at the farmer just to get things started. And the great thing about this farm is you can add more layers. So I've gone ahead and created a second layer up here with a farmer who is doing carrots. Lots of carrots. In order to make it work across 2 layers, I have had to make a couple of adjustments to the bed arrangement. So firstly, I've had to drop it down by 1 block. That is then a waterlogged slab, and then I've had to place trapdoors here on this roof. Other than that, and the fact you don't have to build the full collection system, you make the top layer in exactly the same way as you made the bottom layer. That's assuming that you want more than one layer anyway. See, I've specifically opted for a second layer so that I can add an item filter to sort the items that come out of the farm. I can send the carrots off to a composter, which will provide us with bone meal, and I can send the potatoes to some sort of auto cooking station so that we can give us jacket potatoes, which is a much better food source. And if you're looking to recreate a similar setup, nothing fancy going on here, these are just standard Minecraft item sorters. Although thinking about it, it might be smarter to actually just have the one item filter and then switch the one for carrots just out for a composter, which should just automatically turn it to bone meal. There we are, and then I can save myself on some redstone resources as well. And with the carrots being automatically turned into bone meal, the next job on the list is cooking the potatoes. And to start with, that's actually going to be quite simple. We're just going to take out these blocks underneath, put a pair of hoppers running straight down, place some furnaces under those, and some more hoppers straight down that are going to run into another set of chests. Just like that. This presents us with two problems. One, the collection point is very low, but we're going to do some redstone shenanigans to sort out that. And the other is that I can't do the hoppers to load in the fuel because we've run out of iron. Now, I know Erica Janey said that she'd been doing a lot of the mining of the ore out of the walls down here, but see if we can have a little poke around, see if we can see any iron at all. Didn't find anything on the lower level. Maybe we'll have more luck up here somewhere. Oh joy, maybe lower. I managed to find 6, but that was it. But hopefully it should be enough for us to do the next bit. I greatly underestimated the cost of hoppers. I managed to make 1 hopper from all of that. 1. Well, I'm struggling to believe that I'm actually doing this, but I think it's actually going to end up being faster. I think I'm just going to try and strip mine for some. Luckily, we haven't had to go too far, and we've already found our first bit of iron, so hopefully this is quite a nice vein of stuff. I mean, there's quite a chunk there. Any more for any more? I mean, to be honest, at this point, I'll take it. That's still 10 more pieces than I had before, so... And with our newly found iron, we can add the hoppers and our fuel chest. If I can get the right angle on this thing. And I don't have much in the way of coal, but if we chuck this in here, it should get divided equally between the 2 furnaces. As you can see, it's happening. And start cooking up our potatoes. There we are, look, they're coming through already. So apparently we do have loads of iron, but it's actually sitting in Erica Janey's inventory. So yeah, just gonna wait for her to log on and then we'll continue. There's the good stuff. That's what we want. Yes, yes. We have iron. We have iron. We can officially continue on our exploits. Now I'm going to extend hoppers up from the fuel chest to the surface so that we can load a chest up here with fuel. And then do a very similar thing with the one that feeds into the actual set of furnaces. Which now gives us a smelter in addition to the other parts of the build. And with the inputs done, it's time to work on the outputs. And I think I'm going to place them here. And of course, if you're doing the same thing, then doing this bit block for block could be a little bit more tricky. Simply because the layout you've got might be different to the layout I've got. So I'll just take you through what it is that I'm doing. Next, I'm going to build water elevators, starting with the dropper, a comparator, a repeater set to 2 ticks, a redstone L into an observer, and at the other end of the repeater, a sticky piston. Not that way. No. Oh, I need to face the other way. My bad. Like this. Yep. And then finally, another observer. No. Another observer. There we are, like that. Or at least it would be if I had built it at the right height, which I have not. I actually need to lower all of this redstone down by 1. A bit more like this. Ultimately, your tubes and hoppers should look like this. You should be able to have one hopper that is accessible from the outside, which passes it to the dropper on the inside of the tube, ready to pass it up the water stream. And now we just need to lay a water bucket in line with the one that goes over the hopper into the chest. So that's here and here for me. So if you look over the front, you can see it pushes the items over the top of the hoppers, which is great. Making the final part of the water elevator simply to just swim down the tube, lay a soul sand, and then use kelp to run up, turning the water into water source blocks, and then run all the way back down again and take the kelp back out. That should then shoot you back up to the top of the tube to prove it's working. Now we create a dropper system to throw the items out of the chest, which will go along a water stream and be collected by our new item elevators. The dropper mechanism itself is actually quite simple. Firstly, we need to place down a block, and then we need to place a hopper underneath the chest facing outwards, which is going to go into, if I can get out of here, a dropper, which we'll place facing outwards like this, a comparator out the back, into a block, into a repeater, and some dust, then linking it up. And finally, you just replace the floor between the hopper and the dropper with ice and add water. 1 second. Much better. And after a few adjustments and covering things up, I'm pleased to say that this build is now done. So we now have unlimited food that is being cooked and returned up to the surface, coming into this set of baked potato chests, or cook and smelt chests as well. We've also got bone meal being produced. Obviously this is happening much slower because the carrots, well, it's so many carrots to make one piece of bone meal. I don't know the exact number. And then I've also got a fuel chest here to power the smelter thing underneath. So we can just chuck fuel in there if it seems to stop producing stuff. And then on top of that, I've also got a cook smelt chest. So basically I can now just reuse the smelter for other things other than just cooking the potatoes. And on top of all of that, I think it looks pretty good. I really like the look of it. I love the visuals. I love the wood with the lush cave stuff hanging down over it. Yeah, I'm really happy. It's tidy, it's clean, and it looks awesome. And we now have food. I 100% should have sorted this out so much sooner. Come on. Oh, really? Really? You can't work your way around that? Come on! Come this way! Come on! Come this way! Really? What are you stuck on right now? Oh gosh. Now, okay, now you're moving. Now you're moving. This is good.